Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the beginning of the week technical analysis. I'm your main man, Pips, aka Mr. Levels, aka Hop, aka It's Up There. You know, before we jump into the analysis, as always, let me give a quick disclaimer. This is not financial advice. Anything that I share throughout this analysis is for educational purposes only. I repeat, this is in no way financial advice. Any and everything that I share throughout this analysis is for educational purposes only. Cool beans, cool beans. So, looking at the dollar index, as always, you guys know we always look at the dollar index first because we use it to gauge the other asset classes that we trade: futures, forex, forex currency pairs, and crypto. And we know that those asset classes usually inversely correlate with the dollar, meaning they move in the opposite direction of the dollar. So if the dollar is going up, those asset classes are usually going down, vice versa. The only one that flip flops sometimes is futures. But other than that, more than likely, those asset classes are usually inversely correlated with the dollar. So with that being said, let's jump into it. If we go back to the YouTube channel and look at our first class of the year, I told you guys that I was paying particular interest to this area inside of this weekly fair value gap, right? So we recognize this as a weekly fair value gap. That's why it's shaded in pink, pinkish red. And I told you guys I either wanted to see price break and close below the lower level of that fair value gap, or break and close above the consequent encroachment of that fair value gap, which we know as the midpoint, right? So we see with this weekly candle from last week that we did get the break and close above the mid of the weekly fair value. So this week, I'm expecting price to hold above that weekly hold above the midpoint of that weekly fair value gap, right? We could see price come down into it, but I don't want to see us break and close below it. What I would rather see is price push up through this fair value gap and close above the upper level of that fair value gap, right? So if we go down to the daily time frame, we can see a daily fair value gap right above the upper the upper level of this weekly fair value gap, right? And that daily fair value gap is right here. Boom, 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 boom. Right? I expect price to push up into that fair value gap before the end of the week. Right? That's what I'm expecting. Now, that being said, if price breaks and close below the midpoint of that weekly fair value gap, then my bias will change to seeing the dollar come down into this day fair value that we see right here. Boom, boom, right? So that's what I want to see. Which way am I leaning towards? If I had a gun in my head and I just had to pick a target, I would pick the upper fair value gap, right? The upper daily fair value gap that I'm marking. That is what I would if I just had to choose a target. That price does what it wants to do, and it could easily change directions on the drop of a dime. So we have to be aware of that and be able to adjust accordingly, adjust to price, right? Cool beans. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look at our currency pair. I told you guys in the beginning of the week that I wanted to see us come down into this yearly low, right? I mean, I said, excuse me, guys. I told you guys at the beginning of the year, in the first class of the year, that I wanted to see us run this yearly low from 2023. Right, came down into there. We actually ran that low in November. I had been telling you guys since right since the beginning of November. This was our target. Right, last November we got that. I told you guys that if we pull back up into this fair value gap right here, right, and we didn't break and close above that fair value gap, that I expected us to go lower and come down into this imbalance, right? So that's where we're at now because we did not break and close above this daily fair value here, right? Boom, respected it, came on down into this, right? So I'm expecting us to rest inside of this imbalance for Euro USD until we get some high impacting news to come out and help us shift directions in one way or another. So we may not um I shouldn't say shift directions in one way or another. I would say I'm expecting price to play inside of this imbalance until high impacting news pushes pushes price lower or make price go high, right? High impacting news is going to come out and we're either going to go lower through this fair value gap, right? Or we're going to find support here, right? And go higher, push back up, maybe to fill in this fair value gap and go lower, or just completely blow through the fair value gap and continue higher. We will have to wait and see, right? But if I was going to take a buy on Euro USD, I would only take a buy from the lower end of this weekly fair value gap, right? Stop be below consequent encroachment of this candle wick right here. Candle right here. This way pointed at, right? So yeah. If I was looking to take this buy, if I was looking to short Euro USD, price would need to come back up to the yearly low and respect, use it as a resistance, not break and close above it. Then I would short back down into this imbalance. Simple as that. Um, Same thing basically with GBP USD. Um, well, actually, I would like to see us pull back up for GBP USD. Pull back up into the premium PD array level of today's candle, and then sell off to run these lows here. These lows, then these lows, right? You see this fair value gap right below that. So I can see price falling down into that fair value gap right here, right? And price may not even pull back up into today's premium level. It may just fall straight down into this imbalance, aka fair value gap, and do it like that. So we'll just have to monitor price throughout the rest of the Asian markets and going into London and see what tomorrow's trading day gives us, right? NZD USD, I'd like to see us. We're already pulling up. We're already up into last week So I want to see if we respect these premium levels and continue lower, right? And I came back to the pound because this is a weekly candle. I said daily, but it's a weekly, right? So I want to see us pull back up into the premium levels of this weekly candle and continue low, right? Because I'm expecting the dollar to continue higher, right? And our currency pairs are what? They're inversely correlated with the dollar, meaning that they move in the opposite direction. So if I'm expecting the dollar to go higher, then obviously I'm expecting these currency pairs to go lower, right? So that's what I'm expecting out of the currency pairs. Like I said, GBP USD could give us a pullback first before continuing lower, and so could Euro USD, right? So have to monitor the dollar and currencies throughout the rest of Asia tonight and going into London and New York tomorrow. So with that being said, moving on to futures. Looking at ES, it's aligning with my currency analysis, right? I would like to see us pull up into last week's premium level, right? That'll be somewhere up in here. In fact, just let me take these off. Let me throw this fib on this weekly candle, body to body. Grab these weekly PD array levels, put it on that 62 UT and that 79 UT, and we in there like swimwear. Take that fib off, and boom, clean this up, boom. And we have weekly premium PD array levels to the upside for last week's price action. And that's where I'm expecting the draw on liquidity to be right up into these premium levels. We go down to the daily time frame, I mean the hourly time frame. We will see what inside of those premium price levels accumulation. And if we're thinking about the power of three, we know the power of three is what? Accumulation. I mean, not the power of three, I'm sorry. Um, market maker buyer model, right? The market maker's buyer model says that we have a three phase of what? Three phases of accumulation, which is this area we see here inside of these weekly PD array levels, then manipulation, and then distribution back to the original accumulation, right? So this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So I'm expecting ES. This is the trade that I shared in the Telegram group today, the buy that I took, right? So I've already closed this buy out because I made what I felt like was a decent amount of money for a couple of hours of trading, right? And so, but my overall target for this trade is these weekly PD arrays right above this accumulation, right? And price could very well continue higher, but this is my target, right? Short term target for ES. Cool beans, cool beans, and basically the same thing with NQ, same thing. Right? I was expecting price to come down into these monthly discount PD arrays. We got down there almost perfect to the T, and then we bounced off of it, right? And now you see what price is at. So, like with ES, I'm expecting price to run up into these daily PD array levels, right? what do we see right above those daily PD array levels? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So I'm looking for this power of three MM um, market makers buyer model, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I would like to see price reach up into this area and run these equal highs, and then we'll see what price does from there. Cool bean, cool bean. And last but not least, while everybody is panicking, let's look at Bitcoin. Right? So Bitcoin could easily come back down to like 74,000, 70,000, right? Easy. But then if we do come down that low, the snapback or the bounce off of that level is going to be diabolical. It's going to be absolutely diabolical to the upside. And so just prepare yourself. Don't panic. Don't be scared when you see these spikes in price to the downside. We know that Bitcoin is very, very volatile, and we know that we are in a bull cycle coming off of a halving year. So this is to be expected, ladies and gentlemen. This is to be expected. You wait for price to come down to the lowest possible discount level, and you accumulate. You compound. Because why? Compound interest is the ninth wonder of the world. So, with that being said, let's look at my favorite play this cycle. Favorite play this cycle is Dog Go to the Moon, aka Dog. And as you can see right now, price rent is all time high. And of course, it had to sell off after we ran the all time high. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, just it's almost common sense for anybody who's been trading or in crypto or in futures or forex or whatnot. Come on, guys. We know that once all time highs are ran, we know that there's a more than 90% chance that we're gonna see a sell off. Come on, guys, we know that. So why would Doll be any different? Keep in mind that this um cryptocurrency or meme coin or whatever you want to call it. I don't call it a meme coin. I call it a crypto because it's so much more than a meme. But it is considered a meme coin, the meme coin of the Bitcoin blockchain. And so with seeing price run this all-time high, right? I was already anticipating price to go lower, right? And as a matter of fact, if I put on my annotations that I have on my chart, right, from my Twitter account, right, you can see right here on December the 19th, I said, now we're about to see who the real diamond hands are. We can see price retrace to 0.006 to 0.0055 or as low as 0.0048. But after that, we fly. And so if we look at what price is currently at, price came down to a low of 0.0045. I said it could go as low as 0.0048. So I was 3/10 of a cent off, like 3 points. So hey, nobody can be perfect. I'll take that as being perfect. I mean, damn, 3/10 of a penny, like 3/10 of a cent. So it is what it is. But we see price came down into that level, right? to this level and we see price start to retrace off of that level, pull back off of that level, bounce back off of that level, right? That's a good sign. Now, what I want to see is I want to see this weekly candle close above point 0048, the level that I closed. I mean, the level that I call, right? I want to see price for the weekly candle close above that. And then I want to see next weekly candle just go ballistic. Right? Something like that. So, yeah, push up hard, right? I want to see us push up hard next week. I want to see us push up hard, right? I want to see us push up hard. I want to see us get back up to at least a 800 million market cap next week, right? Right now we're sitting at 500 million market cap. I want to see us get up to at least three, um, uh, 3 more 100 million by next week, right? And we could see, y'all do something like this. We could see a guide candle blowing us right through $1 billion market cap, right? This would be $1 billion market cap at point zero one, right? Let me go ahead and set a alert right there because I think we can get that next week. All right. 1 billion market cap alert set right there. So I think we blow right through that, reach up into like 1.2 billion market cap, and then we see price start to pull back. We'll pull back down to about a billion, about 97, 907 million market cap. Use that as a support, and then I think we see another guide candle late print after that. After we find support here, I think we see another guide candle print up to about uh I think the second guide candle will take us to about 250 billion. I mean, I'm sorry, not 250 billion, 2.5 billion, right? That second guide candle should take us to about 2.5 billion. And then I think we'll just continue to see the guide candles laying on, like printing, printing, printing. And I think by the peak of this cycle, we should see about a 30 to 40 billion dollar market cap for dog at the peak of this cycle. So that's what I'm expecting out of dog. My most um bullish pick, my most conviction that I have this cycle is in dog. My biggest conviction play is dog this cycle. I believe in the ethos of dog. I believe in the community, and I believe in everything that dogs stand for. The free and fair metal, man. Um, free and fair movement, 100%. Distributed evenly, freely, and fairly. No paid marketing, no paying of listing fees, no paid influencers, no team allocation, no pre-sale, 100%, 1 trillion% organic and decentralized. No other coin exists in crypto like this coin other than Bitcoin. Like this coin is the closest coin that you're gonna ever get to Bitcoin. Point blank period. Unless somebody come out and do the exact same thing that Leonidas did. So with that being said, I hope that this analysis added some value to your life. And if it did, please go to the YouTube channel, like, share, and most of all, subscribe. It really helps out a lot. Gives me motivation to keep doing these things for free for you guys on YouTube. So, with that being said, as always, please let your family and friends know you love them while they still here. Please. And as always, peace and love, everybody. You know.